Good day, lovely people. Today, let us talk about something which is a little bit touchy, something which is affecting us directly, more so as parents. It's showing our failure as guardians and those who are responsible in our society. For the past weeks, we have been hearing and seeing about schools being banned, but our own children we send to school to learn instead of learning. They're banning schools, and we've seen or heard how parents are responding to this, and we are asking who is supposed to be responsible for this, and who is supposed to pay for all these damages that our children are causing in schools. And this matter is not light at all, both in our society and in our status as a whole. Personally, I take this matter seriously because I am a father of two teenagers who are growing very fast, and it's affect me so much. That's why I want us, especially fathers, to discuss and see really where have we gone wrong as parents, as fathers especially, because I believe that parents constitutes a family, father, mother, who bring birth to our children, because families is the ideal institution of God and the oldest institution for that matter. That's why I believe that, number one, a family is the key to a stable, productive, and sensitive, healthy society, not the government, people. No government program can heal our society than the family. Not even a prisons can do that. However much we can build, how many secured prisons in the country, it cannot heal our society from this ill. Number two, I think the family is the cure for all our social, psychological, emotional, and spiritual ill in our society today. The current trend of kids banning schools, teenage pregnancies, kids beating up teachers, kids committing suicides can only be cured by solving our family disconnects. Kids joining gangs, running away from home to the street, doing prostitution, abusing drugs, sexual abuse, and gender violence, etc. This comes as a result of defective families. Believe me or not, this comes as a result of defective families. And you will realize that some of these teenage pregnancies and drug abuse, a report says most of the cases are found to be motivated by close relatives of these kids, meaning family members. What does that show? The family itself is defective. And if we dig deeper, we will find that these things are happening because of lack of proper parenting. I know some will disagree, but that is the fact. Sadly, most young boys take their anger out of the society by abusing women and abusing drugs. Young women, on the other hand, taking their anger to their mothers or fathers by leaving homes and breaking up the relationship with their families to create what I call subcultural families outside the family setup. And painful enough, women end up to be the main victim of all this. That's why we come with gender-based violence. I think we need to learn to uphold the family values and be fully responsible as parents, because we are the foundation of the society and so the foundation of the nation. Family forms the society, which forms the nation by extent. So I think we should learn some of the family principles like a society is a collective of a family. We have to learn that, and we have to get that one into our heads. Not the society is a product of society being a collective of not the society on the other hands creating families. No, it is the families which creates the society. So there will be no society without the family. So if the family is strong, the society will be strong. And number two, I think the family is the prototypes of the society. This means that what we have in the society is a reflection of what our families are. And so the society will only be as strong in moral ethics just as the family. A society is the reflection of the condition in the family. You cannot produce a society which is better than the family. Cannot happen, people. Number three, I think the sanctity of the family is the bedrock of our human survival. If we have families that upholds moral values and sanctity, discipline and principle, we're going to have a sane society and a healthy nation. You can trust me on that. Number four, I think a family is not a product of society, government or state. The government don't create or produce the family. So this notion of us saying always that mtoto ni ya watu wote, or mtoto ni wa kila mtu, mtoto ni wa jamii, I think, in my opinion, it's only for irresponsible parents. Those who are lazy and have failed to bring up their kids with moral values. We should not allow government to control, correct, and discipline our children. We should correct society through sane and well-mannered families. And that's the responsibility of us parents. Number five, it's my belief that dissolution of a family is a dissolution of a society. When we dissolve a family, or we have a dysfunctional family, we will have a dysfunctional society. And every social and mental problem in the society creeps in as a result of what went wrong in the family. We can't get more or less. What we produce in the family is what we are going to reap in our societies. Number six, I keep saying this. I tweet this thing a lot, and it seems people are not getting it. And I believe it's illegal custody when the society or the government or say the state becomes the parent. Saying that the society or the government is the responsible for our kids is parental irresponsibility. It's like saying society came from the sky, and so we should give birth to our kids and dump them to the society, to the state, to teachers in school, to government to take care of them. No. This shows how ignorant we are as parents, especially fathers, who are the foundation of the family. We need to man up, fathers, and take up our roles. And these roles, we should understand that in the family is where God's program for education starts. Schools gives us information. In fact, school gives our kids information. But parents in our families give the kids moral values, culture, and social ethics. It's a role of the family to educate children, not to a society to educate children, not the state to build approved school for our children. It's us parents to do that. Number two, I think another role of the family is the family is God's system of transferring values. We transfer values from the family out there. Yeah? As parents, we should teach our kids on values which they will transfer to the society. As I always tell my children, you are taking my name out there to the society. You are taking my name to school. So when you behave badly, you are telling people or showing people that your father, whom you carry his name, behaves badly at home. So he transfers what I have with my name to the society. So it's my responsibility as a father to train this child to behave well and show upright character out there. Number three, I think the society, the family, is God's program of instilling morality. We instill morality into our children from the family. Tuache hii maneno ya mtoto umleavyo ndivyo atakuavyo. Vile tunasema hivyo. Tunasema mtoto mleavyo ndivyo atakuavyo. Yes. Nani anamlea? Ni sisi wazazi tunamlea. Sio jamii. Ni sisi wazazi. So, sisi wazazi tuchukue jukumu. Let's instill morality to our children. Don't wait for our society to instill morality from them. The only place which is trusted for moral uprightness is the family. I only trust my kids with the moral values I give them, which they will live by, which they will transfer. Not they come with moral values from outside into my house. Number four, I also think that the family is the source of establishing righteousness, traditionals, and customs. The family is where we establish righteousness and good traditions and good customs. We practice good and righteous practices and customs in the family setup. That's what the society will have. What we practice in the family is what the society will have. We teach culture from the family to the society. And that's why I believe purposefully that family should be the foundation that teaches socialization in our society. We teach our children how to socialize at home first. They socialize with ethics, with good characters, well-mannered children out there socialize. But if our homes we have been grown antisocial people, we will end up with unsocial and unethical society. There is nothing more, nothing less about that. And even civilization. Living with people who are different from you without being mad at them or discriminate them. Living and embracing the different ideology. Those who do not believe what you believe. How do you argue things out How do you argue your issues out without killing each other? That's what we are supposed to train our children. We need to teach them this from the family setup so that we can have a civilized society. But when we fight in public and show on TV, throwing jabs at each other, and those people who are throwing jabs and insults and printable words, they are called honorable. You hear TV presenter saying, honorable so and so, threw a jab to someone, say these words. Yeah? That our kids too will take up this. And then we will blame the teachers. When they start banning school, when they start behaving with jabs on the streets, we'll start blaming teachers, we'll start blaming government, and it's not the government, it is us. Let's have our kids be civilized from home first. From the families, we give our kids identifications. I said, let us give our kids personal identity from the family. Let's not wait for the society to give our kids identity. That's why when a kid in a community does something good or bad, we will always ask the question, whose child is this? Why? Because we come to identify the kid by the family he or she is from. And in the families where we teach accommodation, yeah, this is where we train our kids to accommodate the sister or brother who don't like them, neighbors or friends who are selfish. Yeah. We have to be accommodative, and we have to train them on how to accommodate one another. But if we parents are unaccommodative, we will raise selfish society. We can't raise a society which love and accommodate each other if we parents, we are unaccommodative. Number 5, I think transformation is done in the family. Teenage transformation, sexual transformation. Like now we are doing sex education, and we are championing it for it to be in our schools as a compulsory lesson. I agree, all right. But tell me, where would you love to hear your kids for the first time heard about sex from? Is it from home, from school, from friends, or from the neighbors? I leave this to you to decide. But to me, my kids first hear about sex from me. I train them on their sexuality, and I discuss with them on sexual orientations. When the kids grow, they pass through transformation, and this is a responsibility of parents to take them through the process. Don't wait for your kid to come home and ask you about what the friends were saying about sex. You tell them and make them believe what you tell them as the truth about life, about sex, about responsibility. You are the foundation of his moral ethics. Society or schools should not take over our kids' social, emotional, moral, and integral transformation responsibility from the family. Fathers, again, let's take good note of this. I therefore believe that the purpose of a family is to reproduce, rescue, preserve, develop, and provide for the maximization of the functional potential of the individual within the context of a whole, so that one can function effectively and efficiently in life and in the society. I urge our pastors kindly, our priests, imams, and all our religious leaders Let's teach family on strengthening our families, values they are in, as this is the foundation of humanity, stable society, and sane developing nation. I will finish with a quote from a friend, Liz Orondo, who once told me, and she says, "The family is the key to Mother Nature of every child and in any other person's behavior." Thank you very much for listening. My name is Steve Lago. I would love to hear your comments below, and let's learn together. Comment up there and see if we can learn together about this life. Ciao. See you next time. Bye bye.